Good. Now, this thing that we have talked about, we need to bring it to classroom, because that is our work. Our work is in the classroom, and therefore we need to bring it to classroom. So we look at the pedagogical implications of science, how we can make science a reality to the children that we are teaching. Now, when you are in classroom, first take note of this. Allow the children to get involved in the science. Allow them to get involved. It's not everything that you tell them. It's not everything that you say, oh, this is the rule, this is the law, this is the theory, this is the postulate, so take it. First, allow them to be involved in the lesson, in the science we are teaching them. By handling of items, you can allow them to handle them. You can ask them to even measure. Measuring alone is work that they are doing. They are also trying to find out more about science, not just believing. Let them see the thing themselves. Allow them to experiment. Allow them to observe, to analyze, and then at the end they can also make their conclusions. These are the things that we're supposed to do in the classroom. Equipment to be used must be made available to the children. The equipment that we are using, we have to make them available to. You shouldn't say that, oh, the things they are fragile, they will break, they will, they may hurt them and things. Allow them to also manipulate with the items. They should be given the chance to use the equipment after the demonstration. When you finish, and then on your demonstration table, you finish, call one or two of them to also come and then do same as you did. And then students, take note of this, students should not be made to imagine things. Sometimes teachers, we ask them, oh, why do we say that this one is in group 1? Why do we say that this element is in group 2? Then we tell them, oh, they are laws, they are rules, so take them. No. Don't let them imagine things. Explain to them. Let them perform and see why that. Why do we have these elements? We have lithium, we have sodium, we have hydrogen. They say they are in group 1. Use their valence electron to explain to them why they are in group 1. But don't just tell them they are rules and laws and therefore you are supposed to take them. Science should not be done like that in our classrooms. Thank you. Now,
it's all part of
teaching of science, we are still with the pedagogy. Teaching of science should be more practical than theories or theoretical. It's time we let the children see the reality of science. Instead of always giving that a ball moves with velocity with this, and they are always imagining. Let them do the practical. The practical aspect should be more than the theoretical aspect. And then theoretical things must also be supported with practical basis. They must be supported by practical basis. Theoretical things must be supported by that. Then avoid copying notes on the blackboard for students to copy. Those things are past. Always take your notebook, copy this, copy this, copy this. No. Students must also be taught, rather be taught to understand concepts. Don't give them the formula work in those days. You see, they are not now. Those things shouldn't be done now. Let them, give them the chance to understand the concepts. Mole equals to mass over molar mass. So if this child is solving question and then he forgets this formula, that means that's the end. But if this child begins to work from principle, then no matter what, you always remember to do that. And then in teaching science, we have to use everyday examples, everyday life examples, everyday life example. And this one would enhance their understanding. It will enhance their understanding. And it relates to the topic. Make it rare. Let the child find himself or herself inside the learning. so that the thing becomes real, rather than using abstract things to do that. And then one thing that we need also to do is to encourage field trips for students. Sometimes they have to familiarize themselves with the things that they cannot even have a feel in the school laboratory. They can't have a feel in the school lab. Let them go on field trip so that they will see all these things. And then in teaching, there is always the need to use teaching aids. Sometimes really, sometimes you can draw them. Sometimes you can, let them even manufacture them, improvise them. Somebody was asking me, is it everything that we can have TLM? And I said, yes, everything. So sometimes, if they are not available, as you can see, you can also let them also improvise them, and then use the teacher together with the learner must do the improvisation, so that the child will develop the interest in science. Sometimes you need to show forms. You can download these days. We have a lot of gadgets, internet, pictures. You can even sit here and then see what is being done in the United States of America. They are teaching there in their labs. You can show those forms for the learners to also talk about them or see, and then at the end of the day, they can also see how it is. Thank you so much. And that is the end of Pedagogical.